Why was Facebook open? Why was Facebook open? Why was it open? Why did I open it?
Oh, bring me back to that day I had.
Hi, welcome to the video. I'm Melissa, I write books. I'm trying to figure out how to even begin because I feel like I'm kind of scattered. I feel like I'm scattered and all over the place. But I guess the first order of business is a few days ago, I got back from my writing retreat with some of my authortube friends. And there is a vlog that has some footage from that. So you can just check out the last video. Since I've been back, it's been literally 2 days, literally like less than 48 hours. But I felt very motivated, not to write. Let's not get crazy, but to just have better habits. And I think this is one thing that having really cool, awesome friends that do great things and I just really admire, I think is so helpful and motivating because I don't know, we just had a lot of conversations about creativity and where are you at? And these are people who will sit down with you and ask hey, I've been noticing this about you. What do you think that's about? Where do you think this is coming from? And I've been noticing you talking about yourself in this way. And what does that mean? And I know I'm being vague. Also just having conversations about all different sorts of things in life. And I feel like I've been kind of dipping into I don't know if a complaining victim mindset is really what I mean, because I don't think I've been oh, life is terrible and horrible and blah. But it was really inward that I was starting to get this kind of curmudgeon-y attitude about life. I feel let me just set the stage. On the first night of the retreat, we all kind of gave our presentation updates about our life and where we've been, what we've been up to, and developments in certain areas. And in my presentation, a lot of what I talked about was how querying is going, and how other areas of life are going. And I've just felt whereas everyone else's I noticed in other presentations, I was able to see wow, this person's so cool. Wow, they've done so much in this time. Wow, I really admire this about themselves. I got to my presentation. I was I feel this is really negative. I'm just sitting here and complaining the whole time, but I was trying to not be complaining, but also trying to be honest, because I do feel I'm kind of in a stasis of a lot of things. And there were definitely positive things. I talked about the triathlon. I talked about all of the amazing writing growth experiences I've had in the last year, doing Smooch Pit was a huge transformational experience. Going to the Goodlit retreat around a year ago was a huge transformational experience. And despite those transformational experiences, I felt I was still in this things are blah, and I don't mean this to say I'm turning it all around and I have no problems and I have no negativity. Because that's if that's not real, it's not real. You can't force that, right? Anyway, I've been kind of feeling this way for a while of I feel kind of, curmudgeon is a crazy word, but I think it's accurate, or cynical is another word, for a while. And I've been trying to kind of push myself out of that cynicism of been it's fine. And it is, but I've been feeling that for a while. And I just kind of trust that I'll move past it. And if I just keep pursuing the creative thing, then I will move past it, and that still I stand by. I didn't plan for this conversation. I don't know what I'm saying. I was talking to Andy and she was asking I feel you have this a lot of comparison and about where you're at with writing and where you're at with life and where do you think that's coming from? I was thinking about it. I was I feel in my life right now, there's a lot of areas where I feel I am waiting, I'm in stasis, and I've been there for a while. I've been waiting for this to happen and I've been doing all of the things or a lot of things or aiming toward actively taking steps to get in that direction. But it's just things that are requiring waiting. And that's very normal. But I was saying, I feel I'm getting to this point now where I've been waiting for a long time. And this is about querying, but also about like dating and like not to get crazy personal because this is not a dating channel and I'm not really looking for any advice or comments on that, frankly. But those two things always feel very similar to me because I'm like, that dating apps feel like querying. It does. It feels like the same sort of process of emotion and like tempering your expectations, but also being hopeful, but also pushing forward and doing things that can put you in the right rooms, but then also not, it's just, they're actually very, very similar. And I started on the apps at around the same time I started querying. And so I'm now in like my fourth year of this, like doing and waiting and like, I'm patient, but then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been so long. That's not anything that's changed from that. But I think just talking about that, it just revealed how present that train of thought is for me of like, oh, I can't believe I'm still waiting. Like, oh, I don't want to keep being patient. Kind of this like negative, but I do like kind of balancing that with, I do trust in the timing of my life. Like I know that things will come into place when they're supposed to come into place and with who they're supposed to come into place with. And so I'm waiting, but I'm also, I'm doing this. I'm not just sitting around waiting for life to happen. Like I'm querying, I'm doing, like I'm going to speed dating events. I'm active on the apps. Again, this is just to kind of connect. I've been doing these writing mentorship programs and I've been getting better. And like, I do see, this is specifically about the querying now, like I see the progress. I see that I'm getting closer. And you could even think of that in dating of like, you're learning your type, you're learning what you don't like, you're learning what you do, I do know that I am making progress, but I think there's still this like, I'm just waiting for life to happen to me because the things that I want in the future, all of them that I can control, I have controlled. And now it's like, I'm just waiting for the lightning to strike. I'm building a lightning bolt, It's just gotten me, I don't know, I feel like recognizing that has made me reflect because the reality of the situation is like, I'm actually not in stasis. Like there are other things I can do and other parts of my life that I can nourish and move forward in that don't require, like, I don't need to sit here and wait for things to happen. I can like move forward and push myself in other ways. And truly, I don't know where I'm going with this. Well, one thing, this is sort of also adjacently related. Like I work as a videographer in my day job and I kind of had gotten very complacent with the types and style of video that I do. I was like, okay, I know how to do this. I do it well. I go to work and I do this, but it's not something that's like super creatively challenging. And I kind of intentionally looked for jobs that were, I was challenged a little bit, but I knew what I was doing, And so I haven't been really developing my video skills and all this stuff. And I think recently I've been just kind of playing around with animation and playing around with advancing my video skills. And I think I had been resisting that for so long because it like almost felt like this betrayal of my writing. And I know you're confused. But I think for me, I had decided like, okay, video is the thing that I will do in the meantime. And I want to have it be that way so that I can invest all of my creative energy into writing and querying and getting an agent. And so if there was sort of the subconscious, like, well, if I try to get better at my job, or if I try to be more creative and challenge myself in a different area, then that's like giving up on tradpub or on writing, where it's like, well, since that didn't work out, now I have to do this secondary thing. That's like ludicrous. Like that's not true. You can be creatively challenged in multiple ways. Like me wanting to develop my skill and develop my like talent in this other area does not mean I'm abandoning this other area. And like saying that out loud, I'm like, well, I don't want to be playing into that anymore. And so, and also like when you challenge yourself and you get invested in other things, like that feeds into your writing. It gives you more experiences and like more connections. And I don't know. This is kind of besides the point, but I think it's kind of a good example to illustrate, like, there are things that I could change or work on or think about differently in my life that while I am waiting, that can kind of push me forward. And I think I had been doing that for a while. Like early days of querying, I would send a book out and then I was like, okay, I don't even want to think about that because I have so much growing to do here. Like I want to write this next book in this way that's better. And so sorry for the audio quality change. My mics have been very weird recently. I think I need to like recalibrate them or something. But anyway, I have been wanting to also then like just change things around in my environment, and like cleaning, like that seems kind of unrelated to this all, but it really just feels like I'm feeling this wave of like, I want to like change something in my life. Like I feel like I just want to move on to the next level, so to speak, or like move into a new or a fresh moment. And I have been wanting that moment to be like a new relationship or a literary agent or a publisher. Like I've been wanting that to be the next stage. And so I have been like holding off of any other stages because I'm like, well, I don't want to change everything at once. So I think kind of embracing not like a huge change, but just like, let's rearrange some Let's rearrange some furniture. Let's like try some different things and like advance some skills and like move forward, because I can't just sit around and wait all day long. But also wanting to keep space for like not committing to something crazy, because if I do get an agent, you know, I want to keep that open. But also like, you guys, I don't even really know what I'm saying. I'm just feeling inspired and motivated to like perpetuate better habits, like clean up after myself. I really have a goal to clean up after myself. And I know that sounds crazy because I'm an adult woman, but like I get so mess blind. Like it's not a habit for me to put things away right away. And I will try intentionally. Like you guys see me clean. I've tried habits where I clean for 10 minutes at the end of the day. I've tried a lot of things because I know that this is a skill that a thing that I have, like a condition or anything. I don't know. I think I'm focused on what I'm going to be doing next. So I'm just going to drop that on the floor, but I'm going to try to retrain my brain to not do that. And I'm really intentional. I think it's working, holding out hope, to just put things away right when they're done, or just do the chore that's right in front of me instead of pushing it off to later, answering my texts right when I get them, you know, those sort of things. And I'm just feeling motivated in that. I'm motivated to stick to my writing. I'm motivated to just like see what is out there and embrace it and not try to decide what that needs to be, you know? Long-winded way of saying there will be some cleaning content in this video as well, just because I'm feeling very motivated to do that. I did my kitchen already, so maybe you'll see that, but I think I want to, first of all, just like kind of clean up, get things out of the living room, and then see if I can wrangle someone into helping me move my furniture around. I just feel like it might be fun. Sometimes you just need to spice things up, you know? All right, let's get into it. Okay, here's my counters. Are you impressed? Just my phone plugged in the drink I'm drinking. Let's look in the sink. Beautiful. Let's look inside the cabinets. This is all the Tupperware. I should have done it before because it's more impressive. These are two that I'm using tonight for a recipe. I moved my little avocado stand over here. Banana stand is what I meant. This is my pantry. Again, I really should have done it before because it was like crammed to the rim. You couldn't see anything. Down here was really a mess. I still need to wipe these down, but it's just, I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's just everything actually has a spot. Because before, my blender used to sit right here and that cutting board over there used to sit right here. And just like a lot of things used to live out here. Same with this area. But, I mean, this is just like plates and bowls. Like it's nothing crazy, but down here, if you can see, it used to be kind of nasty down there, so it's going well. Look at how cutie. These clean counters make me happy. So next up is all of this. It's really just like some totes and like clothes, really. It's not horrible. It looks kind of messy. And then the glasses over there go in the hutch over there, but I think I'm still moving the hutch around to figure out where I want it, so I don't want to move any of that yet. So Those are this is what's up. That's what's happening.
That you said on repeat in my head. China cabinet, busted again. Ends it won't meet on the raisin the rim. Picking up teeth off the pavement. Broken like bread, shirts that don't fit. Growing mold in the basement. Digging holes for dying hopes. Throwing sticks at glass, Coke bottles. Losing my grip in the rat race. I can't recall in the first place. What was it I was aiming for? In a canyon left undone. Another tape, another rerun. If this is all you know, this is all you know. Could you believe better? This is all you Scratching my back and I'll get yours. Keeping tab, tracking the score. You versus me, skeleton dance. Keeping the peace, wringing my hands. I don't ask much of you anymore. Play of indifference, sort of the touch. Tearing up threads on the arm of the couch. Your voice burns the sides of your mouth. Boots click, click, clicking around. What was it we were aiming for? This is all you know. This is all you know. But you believe better. This is all you know. This is all you know. This is all you know. Do you believe better? This is all you
Hi! Welcome to my newly redecorated living room. It might look the same, but it looks so much more correct now, you guys. I can't even explain it. Like truly, this feels like how the room was supposed to be. The TV is now between the windows, so there's no glare. This fits really well on this wall. It's a longer wall, so then I could put that hutch back there. I don't know if it's just because of a changing it up, but I'm also cleaning up after myself. Take a look at this kitchen. All you see is the root beer I poured, the can of the root beer, and my microphone that doesn't work. It does work. The other part's just dead. But like, look at how clean. I've eaten breakfast and dinner. Spotless. I was gonna say that I didn't write last night, but that would be a lie. I did. Very briefly. I have this scene. It's oily. I have this scene that is like currently 200 words. It's like a couple of chapters ago now. And it's one of those scenes I left it kind of purposefully bare, knowing that I would kind of fill it in as I wrote more, just to kind of put it where it needed to be. I know that's very vague, but it's one of those like sort of reflective chapters where it's not plot based. It's sort of a zooming out, sort of a character profile I don't know. I don't know. I also don't know if it will, no, it will stay because it's very pivotal. It's actually very visual. It's like the end of a TV episode that kind of like flips the episode on its head. Or a movie, I suppose. It could be also a movie where it's like, you think you know what's happening, and you do, but then there's a scene that follows. But it's sort of like if we were at a scene, like with a group for a while, we think we know what's going on, and then at the end of the scene, everybody leaves and goes home, and you expect the scene to be over, and then the camera follows one character home, and the character walks into their house and sits down, and the camera zooms out. And then we realize that like, oh, there's been something that we've missed. That's all I want to say about it. But last night, after I cleaned my entire house, about that, I went out and listened to my audiobook in the hammock, and I came back in and I was like, okay, I'm just going to kind of call it for the day. I was just listening to my book, and I was kind of leaning against the counter, and I just kind of had this thought of what should happen in the scene, or not even what should happen in the scene, but like an internal moment to kind of highlight, because I hadn't really filled it in. And so then I just like went, it was funny. I was actually scrolling on Instagram, and there was someone who had done like an electric guitar cover of Willing and Able. And as that was playing, that's when it hit, and I was like, oh. And so I just kept that TikTok on replay. It wasn't the whole song, but it was like a good minute of the song on electric guitar, and just kind of looped. And then I just like wrote, I think it was probably like 200 words or something. So that was the writing I did yesterday. My goal is to do an hour. Actually, no, it's to do 1,000 words today. Would actually love for that to be more, but we're just going to start with 1,000 words because it's now been a few days, and I do need to kind of go in and edit a chapter a little bit. So edit the chapter and write 1,000 new words. That was something that really helped me in French Lick, was we would sit down and be like, okay, we're going to write for an hour, try to lock in for an hour, nobody talk for an hour. And I mean, people would talk, but the first day I was like, I would write for a little bit, and then I would kind of be like, So the second day I was like, okay, if we have an hour, I can do 1,000 words in an hour. So I'm not going to start talking or get up and do anything or change my scenery until I sit here and get 1,000 words. And so that day I was able to do 3,500 words. So I'm kind of trying to re-channel that. And also the chapter I'm in right now, I'm very excited about. So, but I'm very in it. And the next chapter especially, like I'm excited for where we're going to go from here. And honestly, this whole next section. So I feel like 1,000 words will not be difficult to do. Every time I say that, I curse myself. So maybe I just shouldn't say that. But it's still kind of the afternoon right now. I just kind of took a small break to update you. So that's what's happening. I'm thinking right when I finish work, so like around that 4:45 point, I'm going to sit down and do the 1,000 words. And then I can kind of decide for the rest of the evening, like, do I want to write more? Do I want to... I have some beta reading I would love to do. So just a lot of fun. Hi, it's 8 p.m. I'm gonna take a shower, and then I'm going to write for probably an hour. This is a 20-second update. That's all I really have to say. I feel the itch. I feel inspired. I end up having a family thing that was in the calendar that I just completely forgot about. So, slay. Now we're getting into it. And then I ended up doing just the work that I needed to do. It's just been work, all work and no play. It's a lie. I literally just went on like a 40-minute walk. So, okay, I'm just gonna go shower and write. Okay. was just editing through this scene and I spelled catalog Catlogue. And it was spelled wrong, and I was like, I don't really know how to spell catalog, I suppose. I don't know, I know it's wrong, but I don't know what's wrong with it. So I right-clicked, and it had, the autocorrect was like some random word. And I was like, wait a minute, there's no UE at the end of this. Why did I think that catalog had a UE at the end? I'm gonna look it up, maybe it's like a British spelling. Catalog is the British spelling. I am a British speller. What's the other one? I always spell color with a U. I mean, no, actually, I correct it, but there's another one that there's a UE. Or behavior. Is behavior spelled differently? Yes, behavior, I always add a U to. Why is English so stupid? Ugh. It's only 9:10. It's only been about a half hour. I have been editing through the chapter. I've been listening to brown noise, which you might be able to hear behind me. I feel like I'm gonna go to bed now. And it's only been like 40 minutes, that's a decent amount of time, but I ended up going on Facebook and seeing sadness. Why was Facebook open? Why was Facebook open? Why was it open? Why did I open it? I'm really battling. It's a battle of the wills right now because part of me is like, it's 9:12, and last night, or this morning, I didn't end up writing because I had stayed up too late the night before. Like, I'd accidentally stayed up until like 11, just by dinking around, and just like things taking longer than they... So then I didn't wake up, so then I'm tempted to just like actually just be done so that I for sure get up in the morning. Well, actually, I remember what happened last night again, is I was reading my book, and then I was about to turn it off, and then something happened, and I was like... So then I had to listen for another, like, 30 minutes for that to resolve, So I just ended up being later, which is, like, really fine, but... It seems silly not to... Like, that's one side of it is, like, okay, 9:15 now, by the time I finish filming this clip, that is a good time for me to, like, I don't know, like, be done for the day and, like, turn down the house and go to bed. But also it seems silly to not just finish editing through this chapter. Although I do think that that's what's gonna happen. I haven't written since Sunday now, and it's Thursday, somehow. How did that happen? I guess I wrote yesterday, just not in chapter, Yeah, so I guess it makes sense that I'm just like a little bit easing into it. It's crazy that I had the goal to finish this in August because truly, you guys... In what world? Let's see how many words we're at. Are you curious? About 34,000. But I could try to be through the midpoint. I mean, I guess it's only the 13th. I guess we do have like a good almost 20 days. Like, I have a good 17 days left. So it's not impossible. Like, I think I'm just going to try to keep my goals a little bit more micro because the next thing I'm kind of leaning towards or working towards is the midpoint, and the midpoint is still a good distance away. Remember, I have this on the wall. Don't read it, but the blue... I actually need to update this. That's what I'll do. That feels like writing. Okay. I'm through this. I'm through this. I'm through this. Maybe, and then I'm in this right now. I've written one of these. So this is kind of where we're at. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to try to get through the blue marker, which is like literally, it's like 2 more chapters, but I'm guessing it'll be 3, and it's kind of a bigger scene, so I think it will take a few days to kind of crack it. My goal is to finish that by Monday, and then next week maybe try to tackle to the midpoint. But we are moving through. It felt really good to erase that, actually. That felt like significant. So When I think about the timeline, I get stressed. When I think about the book, I feel good. So I think that's kind of the best place to be. Like if I felt really great about how fast I was getting through everything, but then I felt kind of crappy about the words, then that would be worse, you know? So I'm happy to be in this position, although I am a little impatient. But that is life. That's life.
Because people are curious and they want to hear answers about the things that are going on. Lots of different things and get knock and cool.
Told you I would come, didn't I? Sure as the morning light. I told you I would run, didn't I? Even after all this time, been waiting on you to call. Where you're safely found. I tell you I've seen it all. You can't let me down. Been waiting on you to call me, so I'll just be around. I'll just be around. You don't have to front.
Hi. Okay, it's a little after 8. I actually don't have a ton of time. So don't let me talk for too long, okay? I wrote 1,000 words in addition to the chapter I edited. I truly don't even remember if I updated you about that. Which is exactly where I want to be, where I just actually commit to writing. Because when I commit to like, okay, I have 40 minutes, I'm going to write 1,000 words. I'm sitting here and I'm not leaving until I write 1,000 words. Then that allows like the little like, we could just stop. Like it allows those to kind of just not be as present. I don't know. I'm trying not to like do all of this mental gymnastics about everything. But we're 1,000 words into the chapter and this is a man. And I mean, I shouldn't be surprised that it was that easy to write 1,000 words because girl, I've been waiting for this chapter. Ooh. So yeah, hoping to do another 1,000 later today. It's Friday and I don't really have anything tonight. So I do typically like to do a cozy little writing night. Although I have probably cursed myself by saying that out loud. Unless something pops up in my day. Anyway, I just need to update that I did write 1,000 more words. Yay! I think actually my word count might work out because I do feel like I'm roughly maybe 12,000 words away from the midpoint and we're at about 35,000 words. So, well, LOL, then that would mean my midpoint's at 50,000 words, which never mind. Everything's terrible and the word count is horrible. So that's all I have to say goodbye. Friday night. Ooh. Yeah, Friday night. Right now is the ever-present evening writing debate of Alyssa and the books. And the debate is, should I just go to bed? I mean, I'm sitting here at my desk. Okay, I'm sorry, that's so random. Okay. I need to explain what that was. What you're listening to is the Celtic Alleluia from the Celtic Mass. I'm singing at a wedding tomorrow. Just like I sing at my church, and so sometimes, this is actually the first time I've ever done it, but I was looking up the song list because I was like, oh, that's what I should do instead of write. Sorry, that was literally nothing. Okay, well now it's 9:15 and I know what you're thinking. Alyssa, it's Friday night. Why would you go to bed at 9:30? Why would I not? Why would I not? Why would I not? Frankly, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. I've done a lot today. And like, here's the thing. I know I could, if I really wanted to, I could like suck it up and write, but I don't know if I'm like at that point, you know? Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna do some reading for the rest of the night, and then I'm gonna wake up in the morning early and write then.
Oh, bring me back.
Update. I wrote about 700 words. And that's on just typing. I just started typing. I was like, let me just take a gander. Because I'm shock of the century, I do actually like writing. So I was just like, let me just take a look. And I was like, oh, let me add a sentence. And then I was like, wait a minute. This is kind of fun.